Microsoft Word typesetting tip, pictures. This is not a fanfic. This is actually Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. The version I've got has a ton of pictures in it. There's basically two settings that I use when I put a picture in a document. So for starters, when you paste something in, it usually shows up with the layout option in line with text. When you choose this, it will literally treat the picture like a line, like a word or a character in the text. So you could literally place it like in the middle of a sentence, and the sentence would end where the picture started and then like continue on the other side of the picture. I don't use that terribly often because I find it a little bit finicky, but there is a time and a place for that. Mostly I use these text wrapping options, and more often than not, the behind text. When you choose behind text, or in front of text for that matter, you can just place the picture wherever the heck you want on the page, and you can move it around. If you go up to choose picture format, you can align it in the center. So now I know it's perfectly centered in the document, or if there were no text on here at all, you could also like align it to the middle. So now I know that it's perfectly centered in the middle of the page. I want it down a little bit farther. So if you've got a whole big like white space on your paper, this is a good option. I use this layout option a lot with the chapter headers. So like, now the other thing I do occasionally is sometimes it is nice to have the picture in the middle of the chapter as opposed to in the end, or have a whole blank page for it. And in that case, you kind of want to wait until everything else is formatted before placing your picture so that nothing moves around it. So like, you want to make sure that all of your font you're happy with. You want to make sure your spacing, margins, everything you're already happy with, because once you place the picture, if you start moving stuff again, you'll have to just replace it. So in this case, I would choose the inline with text. So now it's put the picture in above the section break here. But say if I wanted it in the middle here, I could choose like which paragraph I want the picture to show up in between, and like I could paste it there. So now I've got my picture in between these two paragraphs. Actually, it's at the beginning of this paragraph. So like, I'll just hit enter. So that goes below. So now I've got paragraph, picture on its own line, and paragraph. But the issue happens if like if like the spacing is weird. So if I stuck this thing, like say I stuck it in between these two paragraphs. So the picture is too big to fit in this little space here. So Microsoft Word automatically pushes it over to the next page, creating this huge white space. I mean, this is maybe the look you're going for, but not something I would choose. So you sort of have to be careful that there is actually enough room before the picture so that it'll fit. So I have to sort of keep playing with it until I find like which line I can stick it between so that it fits. And so yeah, now it fits there. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. It's definitely, I think, easier to choose the like the in front or behind text wrapping and just put it over a blank space. But if you really want it to be in line with the text, you just sort of have to be careful which lines you put it between, if that makes any sense.